The garden didn't ask you to stay. It knew you were ready to leave, and that you wouldn't be leaving empty-handed. As you took a few steps beyond the familiar path, you noticed something had changed. Your breath stayed slow. Your shoulders stayed relaxed. The calm didn't fade with distance, because the garden had moved with you. You carried it in small ways now, in the pause you took before reacting, in the way you noticed light through a window, in how you allowed rest without guilt. The flowers had taught you patience. The birds had taught you calm. The butterflies had taught you gentle change. The trees had taught you grounding. The soil had taught you trust. The wind had taught you release. The sun had taught you hope. None of that disappeared. An orange cat appeared one last time at the edge of the path, watching you with steady eyes. It didn't follow. It didn't worry. It knew you had learned what you needed. The garden shared its final truth for this chapter. Healing is not a place you visit. It's a way you learn to live. When you carry calm, awareness, and care within you, the garden is always near. You didn't need perfect days. You didn't need constant peace. You only needed remembrance. And wherever life took you next, into noise, change, responsibility, or growth, you knew how to return. One breath, one pause, one gentle moment. The garden would meet you there, not outside you, but within you. End of this chapter. A new season always waits. Life became busy again. Voices grew louder. Days filled quickly. Decisions stacked one on top of another. And for a moment, you wondered if the calm you found in the garden had faded. But then you paused, just for a breath, and the garden returned, not as trees or flowers this time, but as a feeling. The way your chest softened when you exhaled slowly lies something important. You didn't need to go back to the garden. You only needed to remember it. In the middle of noise, you found quiet. In the middle of stress, you found space. In the middle of uncertainty, you found steadiness. The lessons were still with you. When emotions rose, you let them flow like water. When thoughts scattered, you focused like the bees. When change felt scary, you trusted the butterflies. When everything felt heavy, you rooted like the trees. The garden had become a place you could enter anytime. In a waiting room, in traffic, in a hard conversation, in the middle of a long day. An orange cat appeared briefly in your thoughts, calm and unbothered, reminding you that peace doesn't disappear. It waits. The garden shared its quiet reassurance. You will forget sometimes. That's human. What matters is that you can always return. One breath is enough. One pause is enough. One moment of awareness opens the gate again, and each time you return, the garden welcomes you. Without judgment, without conditions, exactly as you are. To be continued? The garden noticed something new. You weren't alone anymore. Someone stood beside you, quiet, tired, unsure, carrying the same weight you once carried. You didn't rush to explain. You didn't try to fix them. You simply invited them to stand with you, and the garden did the rest. You showed them how to breathe slowly, like the wind moving through leaves. You pointed to the trees and spoke of grounding, of standing steady without force. You watched butterflies together and shared how change can be gentle. You didn't give instructions. You shared experience. The garden teaches best this way. Birdsong filled the space, and you noticed how the other person's shoulders softened. Water moved nearby, and you saw their breath slow. Nothing dramatic happened, yet something important shifted. An orange cat appeared briefly, settling between you, calm and trusting. It reminded you that safety spreads quietly. Peace doesn't need convincing. The garden offered its truth. When you heal, you become a doorway. Others don't need your answers. They need your presence. You didn't need to protect your calm. Sharing it didn't weaken you. It deepened it. By offering patience, you reinforced your own. By modeling rest, you honored your limits. By speaking gently, you stayed gentle with yourself. The garden grew wider, not because it changed, but because it was shared. And as you both stood there, breathing the same air, listening to the same quiet life, you understood. Healing is not something we keep to ourselves. It's something we pass on, softly, respectfully, one moment at a time. The garden welcomed you both, and it always would. To be continued.